All right, all right, all right. Excited to be here. I'm excited to bring to you Blogging for Free Leads, brought to you by Success by Networking, division of Success by Media. This is Jay Noland. Good to be able to share some information with you about our powerhouse system. I'm just excited to watch how this grows and develops. What's so exciting about this is that we all get to go on this ride together. You know, I've been in this industry now for, going on 21 years. So when you think about 21 years, this is incredible. So first of all, let me do a check and make sure. Can you all hear me? If you can hear me, would you guys do me a favor and type in over there on the menu or over there in the chat room, type that you can hear me. So can you hear me? That's the first thing we want to make sure. All right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Very important, first and foremost, that we get the sound here. All right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Test, test, test. Can you hear me? I want to make sure you guys can hear me. Check. So if you guys can hear me, do me a favor and put you can hear me. Try some more time. All right. Okay. I'm doing a test, guys. I want to make sure you guys can hear me before we get going here. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Over there in the chat bar, if you can hear me, please hit yes, you can hear me. Can you hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I want to get some sound going here. All right. Check, check, check. All right. I want to make sure you guys can hear me. Can you hear me, guys? Everyone. If you can hear me, I want you to please type in the chat if you hear me. Can you hear me okay? All right. All right. Good, good, good. All right. This might not be the greatest sound. I had a headset that didn't seem to be working good. Wonderful. Hey, welcome, everyone. This is Jay Noland. I'm glad to be able to be here with you to share with you Blogging for Free Leads webinar. Now, this is exciting because we're going to go on this journey together. So this is a journey that we're going to take together as we grow. I've been in this industry of network marketing, MLM, for over 21 years. I'm going on my 22nd year being involved in this industry. And to watch where it's come from is literally, it's just phenomenal to see where this industry's come from. So it's important that all of you understand that one of my keys to success has always been I've watched and caught trends. So as I caught trends, I didn't buck the system. Now, that's a little bit tougher for me. Being a country boy from Kentucky, I grew up with a lot of old school principles. So you'll hear a lot of people say, hey, I like to keep it old school. Well, I do like to keep it old school when it comes to the fundamentals of building the business. Some of those things will never change. But what we all have to do, including me, is we got to adapt to new school methods or else we get left behind. So over my 21 years plus in the industry, I've always had to adapt to the cutting edges, to the cutting edge trends that are coming up. And I got to give myself a big applause for that, because the initial reaction for me every time was to kind of resist the change. But then I watched all the principles that got me involved in MLM in the first place, which were change, which were going against the grain, which were doing things different. And that's what always kept me on the number 1, number 2, somewhere in the top 10 spots all the time, and eventually climbing to number 1. So it's very important for each and every one of you to understand that this is critical, what we're going to talk about tonight, for your success, because the key to network marketing momentum is a continuous flow of new blood. You got 3 phases of momentum. You got creating momentum, you got maintaining momentum, and then you have advancing momentum. So when we talk about creating momentum, that's when you're out there in the trenches. You're talking to everybody that you meet, everybody that you know, everybody that you come in contact with. You've got to be willing to just talk to them about your business. What's so exciting about this blogging process is you got relationship tools to be able to nurture the people you're meeting, to be able to add more than just a direct approach to people, which sometimes they can be resistant to. So we're going to utilize these tools. And I'm telling you right now, I watched people like Ray Higdon when he was just working in the industry, and he was the average distributor in network marketing. And then just like all of us that start out that eventually become great, he was average. But the one thing that Ray did was he saw how critical blogging would be to MLM. And then he went out and built $1 million system through blogging, through the companies he works with, and always having a constant flow of leads, which really means that you get to just cherry pick your leads. How many of you would love to just kind of cherry pick who you want to work with, who you're going to take the time with, because you've got so many leads to talk to that it's like you got to have people that are committed. That's the power of what we're talking about here, being able to cherry pick your leads as you blow this thing up. Your blog is your command center. So what you will find is your blog will be your command center. So if you're on the chat board right now, do me a favor, type in "my blog will be my command center." Can y'all do that for me? I just want to make sure everybody's still hearing me. I want to make sure everybody's engaged here. I want you all to really get into this with me here tonight. Just type in "my blog will be my command center." So do that for me real quick. There you go. I see it coming up. Way to go, Carrie. Tina. Okay. Megan. Wonderful. Riley. We've got Michael, Kurt, Tanya, Kate, Melissa, Philippa, Mart. Man, I really appreciate you guys participating. Alicia, this is coming. Clella. Boy, there's a lot of people that are joining us here. So this is important. My blog will be my command center. What do we mean? That's going to be your lead command center where you're going to be able to eventually go just pick the people you want to work with. See, your social network, your social media network, that's your pool of continual prospects. That's a constant flow of prospects. And what's happening now is that most people in MLM, they do not capitalize on it. You guys have seen it, and a lot of you participated in it, and I've done it myself. You know, when I was working at a network marketing company as a distributor years ago, when I was just solely working as a distributor, I would post, man, all this stuff about my company, about my opportunity, about my products. And have you ever noticed that a lot of your friends, a lot of your family members, they don't really respond great to it? How many of you have noticed that a lot of your family and your friends, you're posting great stuff about your company, but that you don't get too many likes. You don't get too many people going, yeah, I got to have that product. Yeah, I'm joining you. You know, and I see it happen over and over again. I used to do it. I'm like, golly, you know what? This is great stuff I'm posting about my company, about these products. I've got thousands of friends here in my Facebook network. I got all these people following me on Twitter. I got all these different social media platforms. How come hardly anybody is buying my stuff? Have you ever wondered that? See, and look, you know, look at Tina. She just put that. They don't really acknowledge it. And you know that they see it. You know they're watching it. But guess what? That's giving you feedback on what works and what does not work. That's telling you clearly that that type of approach does not work. Look what Mignon said. She said they treat it like spam. They're like, man, you know what? Because listen to what Facebook is called. It's called social media. People just really want to be social. So when you're pitching them on business, they don't consider that social. So what we've got to do is come in on a different angle. Does that make sense to you? See, And look what Mark just said. Mark just said, I'm getting some great feedback from you guys tonight. I'm loving this webinar already. Mark says, most likes are just from colleagues in the business. So you get all these likes from the people that are in the company that you're in. Look what Carrie said. She said they switch off. So what if we get a different approach? You've got this pool of prospects. They're seeing stuff that you're posting. What if you could actually have a way to get them to engage? What if you could have them all of a sudden start sharing what you post? What if they do actually start liking what you post? What if they start subscribing, saying, I want more? See, that is what's called free, viral, and referred traffic. But you've got to have mechanisms to get them to engage. It's called social selling. Social selling is when you are doing it socially. See, when you recruit like I recruit, this is what, see, I learned this even before blogging and all this stuff came out. When I was the top recruiter, always in any company I was in, when I personally sponsored the most people than anybody, than any company I was in, people would say, man, hey, what's your key? How you doing it? And guess what? I simply was being social with people. I was using my personality. I was talking about things that they want to talk about, that they want to hear about. I made them feel important. That's what social is all about. It's the concept of attraction, content, inbound marketing. See, you got to start posting things if you're talking about bringing people to your business. See, if you just want to talk about your vacations and places that you've been and sharing that, have you ever noticed that when you're on vacation, I know, Tina, you might have noticed this when you were at your daughter's wedding in Hawaii. Look how many more of your friends and family engaged on those type of things. See, that's the stuff that they want to engage on. What if you could get them to engage the same way, and then it's subtly bringing them to want to know more about your products, about your service. That's the concept and the philosophy of attraction, content, and inbound marketing. See, people are not surfing their social media for ads to read. They're not surfing the internet for ads to read. See, you got to write for specific markets. Not for everyone. You got to figure out, hopefully you're taking good notes tonight because I'm giving you powerhouse information, and I'm about to show you a video that's phenomenal by one of the top people I know in the world, and he's on my staff. Hallelujah. Jack Massels. He's just incredible. I've got a beautiful video that he laid out detailing a lot of these things that you guys want to know. This is an expert, one of the highest paid people in the world to do what he does. Now check this out. You have to figure out who is your market. And you might develop 2 or 3 markets that you specialize in. But I'm going to challenge you to pick one specific topic that you want to kind of hone in on and figure out how many social angles you can talk about that particular market from. Who's your market? Who's your audience? Who's your fan base? You see? I mean, what's their sex? What's their marital status? You know, what do they like? What do they dislike? What's their viewpoints on life? What's their, what type of income are they making? What challenges are these people going through? Where are they online? Where do they spend most of their time? So you got to look for and you got to solve market problems, and specifically target market problems. Are you guys listening to what I'm telling you? This is great training for you because I'm getting you to think right. That's why that book is called Think and Grow Rich. And this is an angle you have to master or you will get left in the dust. And whoever takes the time, the effort, the energy, pays their fees, their price to have their system, to go through it, You might take a little bit of time learning this. This will take a little bit of time of grooming this, but you're going to leave everybody else in the dust as time goes by. So you got to look for and solve those target market problems. Where are these people at? You see, you can learn how to put information in Quora. You can learn how to put information in Yahoo Answers. A lot of times people go in. How many of you went in and you typed in something you were looking for? And I don't know if you guys picked this up. And then it came up in Yahoo Answers. So if you go to the Yahoo search engine and you type in, how do you do this? It's amazing. Like when my son came down with the cold, I go and type in how to reduce a fever naturally. And a lot of the first answers that would come up would be in Yahoo Answers. And it was from ordinary people like us who were just typing about it. And I didn't realize it. At the end, they would have a link to their product, to their service that would solve the problem that I was looking for. But they were answering it as if they were just helping out. That is social. So Diana said, Jay, give me an example of a target market problem. Look at some of the things that people are concerned about. How to lose weight naturally and never gain it back. Is that a big target market? You better believe it, Diana. So what if you wrote about that? And what's so funny is that, believe it or not, no matter what your product or service is, you can somehow or another relate it to weight loss. You can just find, I'm telling you, you got to learn to target it back to what you're talking about. Are you stressed out about the political situation today? And again, you could get into some controversial topics. We'll talk about it in a little bit. But you can get in Yahoo Answers, forums, Amazon, right? They got book reviews. So you can go in and put a review on somebody's book and people read those reviews. And at the end of your review, you can say, hey, and I found a solution to this problem. So whatever your product is, right? Say your product helps with people with more energy. Go find a book on energy and then go write a book review on it. People are going to read your review. Haven't you read other people's review? How many of y'all have ever read reviews from other people? It's called testimonials on all kind of products and services, right? Put yours in there. And then at the end go, you know what? And I was able to solve it by checking out, and then put that link there. This helped me out. Maybe it'll help you. See, that's social. BizOp magazines. So if you want to focus on the business side of it, go to a BizOp magazine. Google keyword tools. So find your target market and start being the bomb at that keyword by providing the best content. That's what your blog will do for you. You see? So listen to what I'm telling you here. I'm giving you a blogging system. So all of you that are on here, you either own a My Success by Networking blogging system, whether it's the generic version or whether we built one specifically for your company. If you're utilizing a Success by Networking, Powered by Success by Media product, I've gave you the tool to be able to do what I'm talking to you about. You got to learn how to do it. You got to learn. And here's what we're going to teach you more about. Okay. What about your top 200 MLM blogs? Are you guys commenting on there? People read those comments and those reviews. You got to go model success. Find out what other people are doing that are successful. You need to learn how to start writing compelling, controversial sometimes topics that have your keywords in it so that Google and Yahoo and all these searches is picking up. And see, I'm going to tell you something here, Key. You'll get better traction with the retail approach than with the business opportunity approach at first. See? So a lot of times when you're dealing with social selling, whatever your product and service is, find different angles rather than talking directly about that product, which you're already proving it doesn't work in your social network. When you talk directly about your product, it's not working. All of you know it. So you've got to talk in angles. You got to provide content. What are some of the foundational things from your product? What's a problem it can solve? Write about that. Okay? And then what you want to do is you want to give the power of how-tos. So you want to present a how-to post. You want to offer step-by-step solutions. Here's 3 things you can do, for example, to solve X problem. Here's 7 steps to be able to do X, Y, Z. See, this is important. So this is incredible. So I'm just reading some of your comments at the same time. Now, so you want to make sure you're increasing what's going to give you shareability. So when people read it, are they going to want to share that? Right? Another thing is list resource style posts. So list other resources and connect to them. So if you can refer, hey, I got this information from this link and from that link. If you are a great resource source through your blog, then people are going to love it. So say, hey, click here to find out the top resources that I found for XYZ situation or topic. It's incredible. People like numbered style posts. So like when you get 5 steps or 3 steps to this or 4 steps to that. Interview type posts and blogs are awesome too. Hey, I did an interview with and watch this. It could be somebody in your neighborhood. Say you want how a stay-at-home mom is able to actually stay at home with her kids. Listen to that one. I'm giving y'all some stuff here. I interviewed a stay-at-home mom about how she actually stays at home with her kids. Check this interview out. That's a great title. Here's a case study. You know, you guys, with your products, with your services, with your opportunity, you can do one case study after the next. It's even a great recruiting tool. You can go to people and say, look, I'd like to have you as a case study. I'd like for you to try my product and service out. And I'm going to give you X amount of this for free. And I just want to do a case study, see how it turns out for you. And then you do a blog post about it. All right? Personal stories, like how you've overcome obstacles. Those are awesome things to do. So I gave you some key things to be able to do, to be able to use, to be able to make yours. See, this is something you make for you. You own this. But you got to master this. You got to keep in your mind at all times. This is about social. I can't be blasting people direct because direct talk is not social talk. It's like you walk into a event, you go into a club, you don't walk in just straight pitching people on your stuff. You got to get to know people. You warm it up. And then you talk about different stories and topics, and now you develop relationships. So here's what I want you to do now. I'm going to dial up my man, Jack Massals, my top social, IT, and also content writer. So a lot of these awesome blogs and content that you see, Jack, along with some of our other staff members that he heads up, they write these. And so I want Jack to talk to you, just spend about 12 minutes talking to you and sharing with you from his area of expertise on how he's been able to be one of the top in the world that now works for me. And I'm bringing this to you. And we literally are going to have hundreds of thousands of people on the system. You guys are here in the beginning with me. You're going through this with me as I master this. So what you got to understand is I'm going to master this and master how to teach this to others. I can't afford not to, or else I'm going to get left in the dust. So for me to be one of the best trainers in MLM, I got to be one of the best trainers of social selling. So you guys are here while I am mastering this. And if you've been around me at all, you know my brain. You know how I work. You know I'm a pit bull when it comes to solving problems and winning. The thing I do more than anything is I'm going to win. I want you to win with me. So let's hear from Jack on this incredible topic about social selling. Going to give you some great ideas, some great training, I promise you. And when he's done, I'm going to be back to go through some more powerhouse content with you. This is a content-filled webinar. So enjoy this, because I'm going to dial this up for you and make sure that you guys get the best of the best when it comes to what we are doing here.
Hello everybody, Jack Masales here. Let's talk about the mechanics of blogging. People sort of freak out about the technology, but you really don't need to. It's very, very simple. If you can fill out a form, you can blog. So that's what we'll get into. Blogging, like Jay said, is a great way to get free leads. One of the key factors of content marketing is what you post now can be getting you leads 5 years from now. Unlike traditional marketing, where you pay a fee to have something run, an ad or a number of clicks, once that budget runs out, you got to pay more money to get more clicks. So let's look at the blog post. The system makes it real simple. You just click on post and you copy and paste or type in your blog post. You give it a title, type in your content, and that's it. Like I said, if you can use fill out a form, you can do blogging. Technically wise, very, very simple. So you like your blog post the way it is, you hit publish, and boom, you just became a published author. And this goes right up onto the internet, right inside your blog, and now people can come along and read your blog posts. A couple other things that just went on there is, we'll get into the second one a little later, but this allows you to take your blog post to the next step and actually optimize that blog post for the search engines, primarily Google. Google and the other search engines are a great way to get free organic traffic coming into your blog. So you want to optimize your content so you get a lot of traffic, a lot of views, and people coming in, because from the audience that comes in will come your leads. So we've built in a system here that will automatically figure out what you need to do to optimize that blog post for you. Now you could go to a bookstore, get a 700-page book about SEO, search engine optimization, read it, study it, and then realize it's gone obsolete by the time you actually implement. Or you could use this. This is a real-time, latest changes and whatnot from Google is already built into that. And it gives you suggestions on improving your blog post for a search engine. What you want to do, see that circle with number 53, you want to get that up in the 80% range or so it turns green. Then you know you get an optimized blog post. And this will show up hopefully near the top of the search engines, and that drives a lot of free organic traffic into your blog. And notice we've got a little help button down on the right hand side. Anytime you've got a problem, just click the help button, and we've got videos and support staff to help you out. Now the second thing that does once you publish is we've got the system set up so that it'll automatically post your content out to up to 17 different social platforms. And that's important because you want as much exposure to your content as possible. Years past, you had to do that manually, and that would take you a day, 2 days for every blog post that you put out to manually go up and post that on the platforms out there. But you see, we've got all the popular social platforms and even some more obscure ones. And again, the more exposure that you give to your content, the better, because what happens is other people see that, they share that. If it's a good content, people will share that with their connections and so on and so forth. That's called going viral, and that is another source of traffic for you. So you've got search engine and you get social streams driving traffic into your blog. And good news is that's all for free. So actually, let's take a look at the post we just put up here. This is what your prospects would see. This is an actual blog, and all you need to do is drive traffic. People come in, read useful information, not a sales pitch, but useful information. While they're there, they see this advertisement. Click here. They click over to what we call a landing page or your lead funnel, and they can opt in to get a free report. That's called a lead magnet. In the old days, it used to be easy to get people to opt in. Now you need to incentivize them with something of value. And we use, typically we use videos, because video consumption is going through the roof right now. People prefer the content in video format than, having to read it all the time. So we use those. The video is designed to entice them. And they scroll down to look at the lead magnet. They want the lead magnet. All they need to do is, yes, send it. Boom. We use a two-step opt-in process here. They type in their information, press submit, or get yours now, and boom, they get instant access to that report right on the thank you page. And all they need to do is click on the start your download now. That gives them the incentive. And the second thing that happened there is that information goes into a database on your back end. So that becomes a lead for you. We'll get into that a little bit more later. But the system automatically follow up with them over a 2-week period to drive them to a phone call with you. Now also, we've got the lead funnels in there, and there's 2 ways to make this thing fly. There's a million moving parts here, but you want to put out content, and then you want to drive traffic to your landing pages. And you can do that directly with free traffic techniques. We've got training in over 10 different ways to get free traffic to your landing pages and your website. And we also get a course on getting traffic from social media as well. A nice 36-part course that teaches you how to use the major social platforms out there to get traffic. So all you need is that link that was in that previous window there. Copy and put that into your ads, and boom, you've got instant traffic coming into your site. So 2 ways: you can post content and you can drive traffic directly to your landing pages. And you want to do that because that's what drives the system and gets you leads essentially for free. Now you can also advertise those links with Facebook ads, AdWords, the other fee-based mechanism out there. But here's the back end. Here's the sales automation system that's built into your system. A lead opts in, it gets put into the database, and there's very cool information that's built into this database. It'll keep track of every page they visit, every blog post that they've read, and you will have access to that information. That's very important intelligence when you actually call the prospect back, because you know what they're interested in before you even have a conversation. And you can work your leads. There's tools built in there to process your leads real quick. And let's take a quick look at history. Another thing it does is dynamic lead scoring. It measures the level of engagement dynamically, so you know who your hottest leads are at any given time, so you can sift and sort and talk to the most important prospects in an orderly fashion. And here's the history of everything the person has done. The first time that they've either clicked a link in an email or they've gone to your site or your blog post. And that keeps track of all that. You know exactly what they've done, who they are, what they're interested in. And it's very great intelligence that you need that other systems just don't give you. The other thing is the system will follow up with them for life. It does it like a 2-week email campaign, prompting them to a phone call with you, and then it will follow up with them for life. And that's important because 80% of sales are made after the 6 touch points, sometimes even more. So you want the system following up with them for life automatically. Every 90 days it reinstitutes a warm-up message to bring them back in to the lead funnel. and the lead process, and it does it for you automatically. You don't have to think about a thing. So quickly, that was a quick overview of the system. You can see it's very simple to use. Anybody can do that. Like I said, if you can fill out a form, you can blog and use the techniques that Jay taught to you a little bit earlier, and you'll get good content that people want to read and people want to share. And again, that drives the system for you. That drives the traffic, drives the conversion process, and you get free leads from blogging. So you can go to mysuccessbynetworking.com/join, and Jay has put together some specials there, special discounts, special bonuses for people who attend the webinar, and I'll let him get into the details about that. But that's pretty much what I've got. As you can see, it's a simple process and a very successful form of getting free leads today. So that's it from here. This is Jack Masales, and I'll turn it over back to Jay.
Okay. So now that's just great information to be able to see some of the power as Jack shared with us. Again, I want to make sure everybody's hearing me okay. Let's make sure we're hearing me okay. Let me get over here. All right, great. Can you guys still hear me good? Do me a favor, put that in, put that in, put that in. Let me see if you can hear me here. 1, 2, 1, 2, making sure. All right, there we go. All right, wonderful. Thank you, guys. So I'm excited to be able to have people like Jack share information. And what's going to happen here is this, because I see a lot of different things, questions coming up. The bottom line is you got to get in and start learning how to do this. We've got so many resources in your back office. So once you get the system, you now got to roll up your sleeves, go through the initial training videos. But one of my staff members, Tanya, she has posted 3 very important video how-tos to get your system set up, okay? Then what we're going to do is start recording a ton of other video sources to be able to continue to train you and doing these webinars. At the same time, as you heard Jack talk about, there's so many different avenues back there, that back office, to show you how to generate traffic. But you're going to have to get busy and do it. You're going to have to roll up your sleeves. You're going to have to get in the trenches and go, okay, I've got to learn something new. Just like you learn how to ride a bike, just like you learn how to talk, you learn how to walk, you learn how to read, you learn how to write, you're going to learn how to do social selling. But if you don't ever get up and try to walk, you won't learn to walk. If you never move your lips and your tongue, you won't talk. You see, if you don't go open your eyes and look and learn letters, you're not going to learn how to read. Think about what it was like when you first learned how to read. You just saw these different letters. You didn't understand what those letters meant or how it came together. Eventually, through repetition and focus, you learn how to do it. Now, Philippa's asking, I need to know when to contact the lead. Is it at the end of the campaign, or do I call and send an email? That's based on how you feel, Philippa. So if you want to call them right away and say, hey, I see you subscribe, just want to let you know I'm here. I don't know if you want to get more direct information from me now, or would you like to get a little bit more involved in our campaign, and then let's continue to send you information, and you can contact me back when you're more interested or when you're ready. Here's my cell phone number whenever you're ready to talk. I just wanted to follow up and let you know there's a live person that's here. So the person that you saw that was writing, I'm actually here. People are loving it. So that's when you reach out to them, when you feel like it. It might be after the first. See, once you get so busy and doing this, you're not going to have time to actually follow up with people when they're opted in. You're only going to be dealing with people who've contacted you. So one of the reasons you're asking that question, Philippa, is because you got to get in the trenches and get your information everywhere. There's 17 different social platforms, so social media platforms that we let you post to. Everybody got that? There's 17. So how many social platforms should you have set up? If I'm giving you 17 right now to post from, how many should you go in and set up? You should have 17 set up. So that means you probably want to get an Excel spreadsheet and you want to get those 17, get your username, your password, so you know how to log into all. Then you take all of those and put them into our auto tool, and you don't have to log into all 17 at the same time. You go ahead and write your blog and you push submit, and it goes to all 17. Now, if you learn how to write the right way and not be as direct as a lot of people are trying to be with their post on social media about their specific product and service, you're going to find out if you provide value, you're going to have some people liking and sharing it. Give some incentives. Say, you know what? Share this with at least 5 people and be entered into a free drawing for $100 worth of our incredible products. And then, you know what? Give them some, whoever wins, do the drawing, and then write that off as a marketing expense. Ask your accountant about that. So this is awesome. So let me give you a little bit of an anatomy of a viral blog post. This is like the anatomy of it. Okay, I'm gonna kind of give you how it looks. Okay, here we go. You want to have a compelling title, a great headline with a great keyword in it. So the word that you know that people, that you're going to use that one specific word to promote the most in the search engines as you learn how to do that. So a compelling title with a great headline, right? With a great keyword. So again, you got to have that keyword in that title. It's great if you also have it in your website address, your URL, right? And you mention it in your first paragraph of what you're writing about. So that keyword, you want to mention that in the first paragraph of whatever you're writing about. That's going to help the search engines optimize your post and pick it up and pull it into the search engines. Okay, the next part of the anatomy of a great viral blog post, an opening hook statement. Your solution and your promise. See, what solution are you providing and the promise that you give? You understand? Hey, I promise you that if you read this, this is going to lead to your solution. And that's my promise. It needs to be easy to read, short paragraphs that are 4 to 5 lines each. And I'm breaking this down for y'all tonight. So 4 to 5 lines each. Your paragraph should never go past 5 lines or you're going to lose people. So they got to be very short paragraphs. Now, it needs to be scannable, which means that people take a picture with it with their phone and be able to, like, for example, share that one particular paragraph with people, right? Bold key points and subtitles or subheads. So whenever there's a very, very important word or something you want to stand out, bold that one so people can pick it up. Also, the anatomy of a great viral blog post is that it's solution focused. Instead of you talking at people and telling people, you want to be really thinking as you're writing, how can I solve people's problems? How can I solve their questions? How can I provide solutions to things that people are looking for? Okay. Another part of the anatomy of a viral blog post is an eye-catching image. So you might want to subscribe to an image service that you pay so much per year, and then you can get all these different images that you can use that are license free. So I would encourage you to subscribe to a image service. Okay. You also want to get great at adding audio, video, screenshots, or slideshows in your post. So if you can add like a little click here to here, such and such, right? Or watch this short video. Here's a screenshot of what I'm talking about. So as you're showing people different solutions or some of your research, maybe take a screenshot of it so they can see it. It really makes you stand out. You want to put some links to related blog posts. Now you're cross-linking with people. And it would be a good thing to send a message to the person that you link to and say, hey, would you mind sharing my link? I just linked to you. I've got what I feel is an awesome blog. I really loved your blog post about this. So I shared it on my blog. Feel free to share mine. I'd appreciate it. Those are some key tips. Another part of the anatomy of a viral blog post is invite comments. Whenever you get comments, the search engines dig that and start pulling you up. And it makes other people read more because they see more people interested in it. So you want to learn how to invite comments, encourage that, maybe give some incentives while you're building your blog up. So everybody got that? So is this information helping everybody? So could you comment if the information I'm giving you tonight, what Jack shared with you tonight, how many of you would like to just share real quick over on the chat board? Has this helped you? Has this been a value to you tonight? Right? Would you guys like for us to continue to bring these? Would you guys like for me to get more and more involved in me hands-on sharing these techniques with you, coming from my viewpoint, what I think would help you? Because I'm building this up to hundreds of thousands of people on the system. So hey, I appreciate that feedback. You know, this is awesome. Hey, I appreciate it. Michael Riley, Clella, Mart, Sonia. Hey, got a whole bunch coming in. Thanks so much. So listen, I'll leave you with some of these success secrets here, right? This is some success secrets to having the bomb blog to get what? Free leads. See, everything we're talking about tonight is going to get you free leads. I promise you will get free leads if you commit to providing great content and getting this posted on all of those 17 minimum. Again, you can have more, but at least the ones that we have available for you to auto post, you got to be auto posted. And you want to do that at least one time per week. You want to, until you really grow what you're doing. Get good at one time per week, getting some great content. And your blog in the beginning, it could just be your research that you're copying and pasting research, give the people credit where you got it from, and then you're writing a few comments about what you've researched. That is great content. Why? Because you're doing the work for other people. You're doing the research for other people. Does that make sense? That's awesome. I love that, Philippa. She said, I'm getting on those other social sites tonight. Great job. See, that's rolling up your sleeve. So here's success secrets. Number one, you got to commit to writing every day for a while. So I'm telling you to write one time a week, but even if it's short, commit to writing something of value every day until you build traction. Believe it or not, there are some bloggers, they blog every day and they make millions of dollars doing it. Hundreds of thousands of dollars doing it. Even tens of thousands. You got tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and millions upon millions of dollars from people writing. So commit to writing every day. That don't mean you got to post every day, but what if you built up your content? So you were writing, saving, writing, saving. If you feel that, post it at least once a week, preferably 3-4 times a week. You're providing value. See, for this to work, you got to work it. Nothing's going to work if you don't work it. See, just poking a stick at it, that's not going to get you any traction. You're just kind of poking a stick, and every now and then you go in and poke your social selling system. You're going to lose. You're going to fail. You just wasted money. I'm here to teach people how to be successful. You've been around my training. I don't beat around the bush. I don't cut corners. I don't make you any promises about easy things. I don't tell you something's going to be easy. Everything that's great, everything that's worth it is hard work, but it's worth it stuff. It's worth it. Now, if you want to sign up, what Diana just said, go over to mysuccessbynetworking.com. Now, also, we have built systems for specific companies. So you, Diana, maybe check with your upline to see if we've already built a system for your company. We got 2 or 3 we've already built. You got that? So that's awesome. Now, if you want a generic one, you can make it any way you want it. You can design it however you want it. Just go to mysuccessbynetworking.com, mysuccessbynetworking.com, and click sign up, and you're ready to go. You just pick your package. It's best if you get the year package. You get all those little bells and whistles, and you pick up 2 months free. Okay, so what free means, this is number 2 success secret. Getting free leads means elbow grease. It means work. So you don't have to pay to get these free leads. But you got to work. What does that work? You got to write valuable content. You got to write valuable content. Yeah, that's great. I appreciate that, Tanya. Why don't y'all, a couple more of y'all, put that link up there, mysuccessbynetworking.com/join. I'll take you right to the sign-up page. You don't have to scroll through the ad copy. A couple more of y'all copy what Tanya put up and then post that. Okay, now check this out. All right, here's the next success secret. So I gave you one. You got to commit to writing every day. So write something. You either post it or you save it and get ready to post it. So you've got a bunch to pull from your writing inventory. You're going to become a great writer before this is all over, said and done. Everybody got that? All right, now watch this. 2, success principle. Free means you got to work. 3, inbound versus outbound. Inbound means you're going to attract the people. Outbound means you're going to be talking to people. What I love about the outbound is not going away per se from a network marketing standpoint, but as you're meeting people out and about, have you ever met somebody and you gave them your card, they went straight to your company site and you never heard from them again? Because they, oh, that's a network marketing deal. They prejudged you. Well, send them to your social selling blog first. So as you're meeting people, say, you know what, I write about a lot of valuable content. Go check it out. Go check my blog out. Tell me what you think. Send me a message, comment, and tell me what you think. That really do a big favor for me. So as you're meeting people outbound, push them in inbound. Inbound also means that you're a success principle. You are hitting at least those 17 social selling sites that we have back there that you can auto post to. Everybody got that? Now, this is the deal, guys. When you're doing a lot of outbounding, like if you do outbound advertising, that's costing you money. To get more results, you got to spend more money, right? So if you go pay for ads, that's outbound marketing. You got to spend more money. That's a form of outbound marketing. Inbound marketing, you write it once and you can just keep getting leads for 5 years. I see some blogs that I read that people wrote 3-4 years ago, and it was such great content. I'm like, man, that's awesome. You guys can do the same thing. So Diana said, is income generated by the traffic coming into the blog? No, unless they buy your product or your service. So that's the key. You got to be able to get them to eventually buy your product and service. This, Diana, is about getting free leads. Now, I got to tell you this, Diana, before I say no complete, I know some of my staff that are experts are listening to this. It can generate income because if you generate enough traffic, like a Ray Higdon or somebody, you then can charge for advertising on your site. So if you got a ton of traffic coming to your site, you can literally say, hey, I'm going to charge you to advertise on my site. So no directly, yes indirectly, it can bring you income, Diana. This is awesome. Here we go now. Here we go. Y'all ready? Now, 4. Here's another success secret. Combine other lead generation methods. So what's happening is you get into the back office of the My Success by Networking system, you're going to see other methods that we give you to combine with your blogging. So you don't have to just do blogging, you combine the other methods. So we give you that training in the back office, okay? So to make it easier for all this, guys, we just got all these built-in tools. And by the way, this is the best, period. It's the best. And blog has been around since 1997. This is nothing new. It's just new to most people, especially in MLM, because they haven't focused on this way of marketing. But guess what? It's a proven method to generate free leads. Proven. It's guaranteed. The top guys in the world now are getting this, and either they are writing their blogs or they're having other people blog for them. They're paying people. So you'll see me, like my blogs, by the way, you ever see MDE? If you go to mdeblog.com, guys, I'm giving you an example of how I do it. So somebody type that in, MDE. It stands for $1 Million Energy. So mdeblog.com. Somebody type that in the chat room so people can click on it. mdeblog.com. That's an example where that's my blog. But that blog is developing relationships for people to end up buying what? They end up buying $1 Million Energy. They end up getting Perpetual MLM Money Machine. They get into the loop. I'm developing relationships. I've had people I don't know at all. They're not part of my network. See, they went over, they read the blog, they said, this is awesome content. I didn't even write the blog. I'm paying people to write the blog. So far, Brittany's been writing the blog. She's getting ready to write another kick-ass one, by the way. I've got another young lady named Sarah. She's joining the writing team. She's going to be writing blogs for me. And then I'm going to mix in writing myself. But I got people that I actually pay to write my blogs, to develop relationship with people, to provide great content. And then people end up getting this relationship with me through my blog, and all of a sudden they want to buy my products. You guys are seeing me do it through social selling. I just go post it on my Facebook, post it on my Twitter, but I'm going to push it out all over the place. I'm telling my staff, and some of them are listening to me tonight, I want that blog everywhere. If you're on my staff and you're here listening tonight, get my blog out everywhere. I'm paying y'all for that. Get it out everywhere. I want everybody to see it. So again, yes, you can make money with your blog through that traffic. It's important. So if you begin now, you're going to end up solving your biggest problem that people have in network marketing. They don't have enough leads. You understand that? They just don't have enough leads. If you roll up your sleeves and you commit to writing every day and you use the tips that I share with you, and this is recorded, so I'm going to post the recording of this so where you guys can go back and listen to the tips. I gave you a gazillion nuggets in this training. If you go back and just take your time and listen and go, okay, Jay gave me that tip, hit the freaking pause button and go apply that tip. And then after you go apply that tip, come back, hit play again. When you hear me give you another key tip, hit the pause button, bang, and go apply that. That's one way that you guys can go put this into action. You know that I'm going to be, I'm telling you, it's going to be the #1 social selling system in the world. You guys are right here with me, and I'm going to have success story after success story after success story. And are you going to be one of them, or is it going to be somebody else? That's really what this is coming down to. Will you be one of the success stories from our company, and we end up making it into a master blogger? We're going to train you. You just got to want to be trained. You got to want to put into action what we're training you. We got the material. We got the information. Are you going to do it? Now, how many of you are on here bold enough to go ahead and speak it out tonight and post on the chat? I'm going to commit to becoming a professional social seller. I'm going to be a professional social seller. I'm going to utilize Jay, his staff, the training. I'm going to become the bomb. Because whatever I do, you got to be saying this to yourself. If I put my hand to it, if I put my energy to it, if I spend some money on it, that was my decision, and I'm going to be awesome at my decisions. That's all you got to commit to. So many people, they go ahead and buy this and they try that, and what they're doing is they're hoping that they win the lottery. Well, 1 in 300 million people are going to win the lottery. Stop playing that game. See, I guarantee my lottery every day because I work my decisions. And it will work if I work it. And I'm going to work it. So you should be commenting that in the chat. You should say, I'm going to work my social selling system. Get it in that chat. Say, I'm going to work my social selling system. Say, I'm going to get my team. So here's the next one. How many of you have the power of influence, which are the big money makers? See, how many people on your team are on this social selling system? Huh? Yes, Lynn, you can use me. Yes. Say, hey, you know what? This gentleman, Jay Noland, has this blog, MDE blog. Didn't know a damn thing about blogging. I didn't know anything, Lynn, about blogging. I started blogging. All of a sudden, sales start coming in from all these different angles. I don't have a clue where they came from. People just wanted incredible information. They love the value. It's off the hook what I'm providing. And you got to provide off the hook information. You got to be the bomb. I'm going to have my team. That's what you should be saying on the social selling system. Why? Because me and my team, we're not getting left behind. The hell with that. If there's going to be somebody be successful at social selling, and guess what? Jay's already telling me he's going to make this the bomb. So if you want to go ahead and go up against my decision to make this the best, well, good luck with that. That's what it's going to be, luck, because I'm going to guarantee this will be the best out there in the world, and I'm going to have the best students that master this stuff. But you guys got to be committed. When my staff, they do trainings, when you see Tanya, when you see Lorenzo, when Dale, they come on to do trainings, and I'm not around, guess what? They're an extension of me, so I'm around. Who's committed to getting that information? Are all of them going to talk like me? No. Are all of them going to motivate you like me? No. But they're going to give you great information, and you got to be self-motivated. Are you committed? See, a lot of people are interested. Very few people are committed. I gave you the tools on top of tools, and we gave you great information and content tonight. Go work it, and it will work for you. And I want to see you on the top of the pile when it comes to MLM, because you got so many leads to talk to, you can't help but be successful. That's where I want to hear you high-fiving with me. So get committed to this, guys. Share this with everybody in your team as you see this replay go out. Say, hey, you know what? We thought we were getting the training. We didn't know we were getting the training and inspiration and motivation and learning that we're going to be the best of the best at the same time. That's what we got, because you're here with Jay Noland tonight. And y'all know I don't play, because you know what? Every one of you are the bomb. You're awesome. And I got to tap it in you to make you see that you're great. But you got to work your great. Because you got to meet me 50-50 on this thing. I can't come all the way over there and grab you. I can tell you and I can believe. You got to reach out and just work with me, and my energy will tap you and make you awesome. Here we go. It's been a great one, guys. I appreciate y'all sharing. Hey, and we're only going to get better. Thank you, Dale, for that. Can't cash excuses. That's right. There's no excuse not to be successful with this system. Let's go take that to the bank. Y'all have a great one. Bye-bye.